Hooray! Here we go.
Hi, Facebook.
How are you?
How you doing?
For a week late because of this little one.
Yeah, it was a big month for Mr. Reese's Pieces. He had the big snip, if you know what we mean.
Ooh, and he just slipped out of his cone. So
quite literally, before we started, I was drying him off because he was out going potty in the rain, and
it's raining.
Little did you know, he
Glad
slipped
we went
right
to the
on
car
out of the
wash.
cone. Yeah, I know.
Oh my God! Story of my life.
It's like Fantasy of Lights year round over there.
Oh, I know, that was fun actually.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. The new car wash has all kinds of bells, whistles, and all kinds of colors. He's playing hockey with the thing. So anywho, we're a week late. How are you? And we're coming on just to, explain things that have been going on. How was your month? Because holy smokes.
And happy belated Mother's Day.
Yes, happy Mother's Day.
You good over there? Good heavens.
No. You're the father. Tame the beast. Let's see how you do. Here, you take this. Anyhow, let me start with me, and then we'll pass it back and forth, and then you'll be able to do it. Yeah. So I had my photo shoot done. That was exciting. Spencer had his first, and he added his photos. So if you saw them, pretty amazing. She did a very good job. I had never experienced that before, and boy, I'll tell you, I told the lady, bring a lot of makeup, and she did. She had a freaking suitcase, nonetheless.
She was very nice.
She was very
nice, though.
Yeah, it was.
And she's worked on quite a few. Did she tell you about all the things that she's done?
You told me because we were talking about.
Her and I chatted a fair bit during my session.
We were talking about a bunch of things, but it was to promote my to try to get a hold of Nike for my Nike shirt. I have another shirt coming along that Spencer's designing as we speak. That's my own.
More so, rather than have it be purely Nike, it'll be more so for women empowerment and self-love and positivity and anybody.
Yeah, because, like I said, I was saying to you today, I said, when you get to be my age, right, with all the crap going on and everything, you feel like, and I have to always go to a basketball analogy, which is like, there's 3 seconds left. No, you're down by 3. There's 5 seconds left in the game, and you're inbounds in the ball from half court. Okay, and I want the ball, because I want to try to finally win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a little left
Go for that 3-pointer.
There's very little left on the clock. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, so that was that. I had the photo shoot. The next, and look out for the new shirt. Spencer's going to be doing that. Plus, you're doing a beach towel, hopefully, right? For the kiddos.
For summertime.
Which ought to be good. We have a new pope. That was interesting over the Easter week. That was Easter, seems like 7 years ago. But it was over.
It truly does.
It was the day after Easter he passed, and we have
Pope Francis passed after Easter Mass.
Pope Leo. I was fortunate enough to go to Italy.
First Pope from the United States. Which,
I know, that's pretty amazing.
Which I never knew.
No, I know. I didn't either, actually. We got to keep certain people away from them because, Anywho, we won't go into that, but and one other new thing for me, and then we can get into what's been happening with you is, first, let me say, before I get into that, is I need you to do me a solid. If you see this, right, you see this post and you watch a little bit and you've gotten to this part or you're in the live, whatever, there's probably nobody watching anyway, everybody's doing whatever, and it's Friday night. Can you go to Lisa D CT on YouTube and hit the like button? I need a bunch of subscribers. I do, because in order to really promote things that you want to be able to promote,
gotta hit that threshold.
Yeah, they
gotta
don't
meet the guidelines.
They don't look at you at all. So I'm Lisa DCT. Look, even if you just look at stories and you don't post, I get it. Most people don't want to be on camera or anything. But I would really appreciate it if you would go over to YouTube. Do you have to be a subscriber? I don't think so. Do you? To subscribe to somebody. You don't have to have an account, do you, on YouTube?
On YouTube, yes.
Oh, you do? So you need an account on YouTube, and then you can. I didn't think you had to.
Well, you do. Well, you
do? Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to have an account on YouTube. I don't know if you do, but
if you subscribe anonymously, then it just doesn't make sense.
Really, quite honestly, everybody really should kind of get accounts on YouTube, because if anything happens to other social medias, that one seems to be the power base right now.
It has been for many years. But
I mean, well, he's just being an imp, isn't he?
When isn't he?
So I think it's smart. Lisa DCT on YouTube. Set yourself up an account. Hit the subscribe button. I would appreciate it if you watch it.
I would appreciate it on her behalf.
And because I really want to do a lot of things, in promotion, and you need that. So I would appreciate it. And your YouTube handle is?
My YouTube handle is Spencer Long VA for voice actor. And I've been posting my shorts a lot more frequently these past couple of days.
I saw, not only that, but you overhauled the whole thing.
Shorts meaning like my previous catalog of content that I've done in the past, and I'm finally getting around to catching up on and posting on YouTube.
Yeah, which is, I think you redid all the thumbnails and everything. It looked nice.
For the podcast, yes.
Yeah.
Currently I have 8 episodes that I've filmed and posted. I filmed 10, and I'm currently in the middle of everything else, working on editing the next 2 episodes as well.
Good shot of Lambie.
Yeah, I know.
And a butt. Anywho, you've been busy doing that. You've been busy trying to help me. I've been trying to promote a bunch of things, and I know everybody's busy, but if you could do that, I would immensely appreciate it. And within the last couple of weeks, actually, there's been I've met up with some people that I haven't talked to in 40 years. Amazing what social media will do, huh?
And you've been working on projects with them as well.
Yeah, I did. I'm working on a project.
Which you can see on Lisa DCT on
Which
YouTube.
you can see, yeah, that's right. And with Maureen, her and I, up until that
Grandma
point.
Mo.
Grandma Mo.
As she goes by.
Her and I hadn't talked in good 40 years. We haven't changed a bit. Not 1 ounce. But we're talking everything WNBA. And, she's doing a little more breakdown as to...
Maureen is very good at the analytics and stats and a lot of the terminology when it comes to types of plays that are made by teams, and it's something that I have no clue of. I'm not a sports person. Look at the things that I do. But
not everybody could do what you do either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the two of you together make for very entertaining and very insightful reviews of the games that have happened thus far.
Called age.
Well, it's called Discussions from the East Coast to the West Coast.
That's right. Discussion from the East. And you made the graphic. We appreciate that as well. Whether she wants to continue it, we'll see. There's a lot of games this week. Holy crap, there's 20 games.
Yeah, but the time you started, you said there was already 10 games under the belt.
There were 10 games from the tip-off till we did it on Wednesday. There's a game tonight.
And kudos, speaking of games, not to cut you off, but kudos to the Valkyries, who are brand new to the WNBA league.
And they won their first game.
Yeah, that was exciting.
That's great. That's who Maureen's really looking forward to see. The W is just, we've had incredible experiences over the years. I mean, you came to a bunch of games too, and you've seen the experience.
You and Grammy went to a lot more than I did. I went to a handful, but the two of you were.
Connecticut Sun, totally refurbished team. But they got Tina Charles, Mabry, and I was laughing, making jokes, because Connecticut Sun, it was funny. I'm suddenly looking at the sponsorships because I'm really into that now. Who gets a sponsor? And Connecticut Sun is sponsored by tampons. Tampon
that
company.
Really is an exaggeration.
And I'm like, holy crap! They really needed it. That one of the last games. Who had nosebleeds?
Someone got really smacked
I was like,
good in the nose, and it's
bust
like,
out
well, good thing they were endorsed by tampons.
Yeah, exactly. But I was laughing because, like, I said I have to pay more closer attention to who gets sponsors for different things. Of course, she saw Skims.
Yeah. What happened? What happened to Alyssa Thomas? Because
I don't know. She hurt her. Yeah, she hurt her
What you showed
arm.
me of that clip, that was like brutal.
It's like, Caitlin Clark has had a couple of scuffles in the last
Everybody,
week or
we've only just started the season. Let's not try and mutilate each other before
they're just making a big deal. Yeah, let them play. Let them play the game. And like I said to Maureen,
yes, let them play the game. But like, let's also not maim each other before we've gotten
that's just
even
sport.
a quarter of the way through the season.
That's just sport. That's competition.
I'm fragile.
You know what I mean? I mean, if you didn't,
I fall over like a daisy.
If you didn't bleed, no, you wouldn't. If you didn't bleed a little, you weren't playing the game.
If I ran into one of those picks, I'd be like,
oh, well, they're big girls.
I'd be like,
you have to hope your teammate goes. There's a pick. So that when you're running backwards, that there's somebody you're about to hit, kind of deal.
Aware of your surroundings.
Yeah, be aware of the wall that's about to hit you. But I've had a blast watching it so far. I'm excited because it's something that you could do. You could watch every night as game. It's like you got a game or 3 games. Some of them on the West Coast. I watch them later, but I've enjoyed every ounce of it. I've been waiting for it.
All season long.
I've been trying to get a hold still of Nike. Again, Spencer with Crocs, and he's going to go over his host of, things that he still, he just to get people to go over to view his content over at Etsy, while people look, a little sometimes dabble. Who knows? It's not like we know who goes. Like, you don't know who hits the page.
Specifically?
Yeah.
No. I keep track of analytics.
I would like that, though.
Key part of being a business owner. You
got
to keep track of them stats.
Yeah, you do. Well, that's with anything, even with any kind of sport. You got to watch stats, to see what's going on. Oh, speaking of the W, I have to mention, which I may mention again with Maureen.
Yes.
If she so chooses to, continue, is that New York Liberty last night had the franchise records for threes in game.
Oh, wow.
So that was interesting.
Of all time.
Yeah. So that's, the league as it expands, it's just amazing. 17,000 people, and up. It's awesome for women's sports. I'm so excited, so proud of every single one of them. I really am. Lucky them. And all the endorsements. And, like I said, Connecticut Sun, they may be moving. We don't know. They're looking for owners. I don't know where they're going to move to. I kind of feel bad for the girls that are there right now. Because Mabry wanted to be traded at the beginning of the year. Cloud's happy that she's in New York and she's doing awesome. And, Tina Charles just gives her all.
Every
and the
time.
new kid, Rivers, she's extraordinary. She just lost her mother. Here she comes in as a rookie. And I'm looking forward to see her play. I'm not going to...
Talk about challenging first season.
Unfortunately, that's how life is. Like I said, it doesn't matter... like I said, the time is ticking and I want the ball to take the shot. But, people, I need you to click subscribe on YouTube. Do me that favor, please.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, I know. I put that on there.
Cliche,
Lisa DCT.
Sounds cliche, but like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah,
really does.
And on Spencer, so that we can expand. We want to expand things and do better on our end. Because you're working, spinning the wheel, but you're like a hamster on the you just keep going around, and we need to get a little bit of just an inch forward. That's all, So, but what's going on in your world? Enough of me chatting about the WNBA. Let's talk about you.
Keeping busy, raising a puppy.
Yeah, it was a tough week.
Lots of design.
You were a little nervous. That
yeah,
should be.
It was
a big operation.
It was a big one. Just, first time parent over here.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Puppy
I
going
said he'll be fine.
Surgery.
It's amazing because dogs they don't know.
What I found most comical was originally
over here. I'm hogging the toboggan
on the day of Reese's operation. They had called. They had let me know he did great. He was starting to wake up and that he'd be ready for pickup at like 3:40 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
They called me like a half hour later and say, he's actually ready for pickup right now. You can come and get him.
Yeah, please come get him.
Then we get there and he's barking howling up a storm.
I said, that's why they wanted us to come early. Get this freaking dog out of here. He's barking. We'll be in the parade tomorrow. Yeah. Please look for us if you're going.
I know in the past I may have said like the 26th, and I'm like, I looked at a few days ago. I'm like, oh, the 26th is a Monday, Memorial Day itself. The parade is the 24th, which is tomorrow.
Yeah, and there's another thing,
So if you're in North Haven,
and if you
look for the Tankmobile.
If you're in North Haven, do me a huge favor. If you're going to the parade, do me a solid, because I'm driving, so I can't stop to get out and take a picture of us. I mean, I can do it in the parking lot, but it's not quite the same thing as when you're in the parade. If you see us on the parade route, shout hello, take a quick snap, and snap. It's not like old school.
Snap.
Take a pic and send it over to us so we can use, and we'll give you a shout out so that we can use it within our, any of our campaigns of moving forward. So, anyhow, back to you, what you're doing. Tomorrow's the parade.
I'm constantly designing all kinds of things.
Talk about your podcast. Not to jump in, but you did 3, like you said. Yes. 3 new ones. Who did you do?
The one that's currently on is a fellow voice actor, and he's also a puppeteer. His name is Geddes Gibbs Jr., so shout out to Geddes. Do you want to go over to Mommy? Okay.
Yeah, sure. He just gets hot quick. It's like me. It's like an old woman,
So shout out to Geddes Gibbs Jr. That episode is currently live on my YouTube. I also interviewed another voice acting friend, and also my mentor, one of my mentors, Chris Woodworth. He's a voice actor, but he's also done a plethora of other things in his career. One of them notably being, we talked a lot about his close-up magic when he was a close-up magician a couple years ago. And the great stories there. And I recently got the incredible privilege to talk to a longtime artist, animator, and character designer in the field, Dave Alvarez, who's worked on things from Looney Tunes, Sesame Street. He's had his own comics. Let me see. Looney Tunes. I said Sesame Street.
Which one was this? This is the last one that I didn't see.
This is the most recent
one.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that one. I know Chris. He's very talented.
But I was in the incredible privilege to talk with Dave. I reached out to him, and I was incredibly happily surprised to see that he got back, and we had an incredible conversation. I can't wait to share that one.
Like, who would you look for to be on your podcast? There's got to be a lot of talented people out there. Do you want them to hit you up if they have an extraordinary talent or something that they want to discuss? What are you looking for?
I look for people from any field of work, any field of business. It doesn't have to be voiceover related or art or design related. It could be quite anything. Just to talk about your journey in life thus far, some lessons that you've learned that you want to pass on to other people, because it's a big point of, it's called Are You Sorious? And it's to be educational and motivational for viewers, especially viewers who are, perhaps, you never know, that some viewers that I have on the channel, they might be in the field that you are in, whoever is watching, and they need some words of advice and some guidance before they take that leap of faith and jump out into the deep waters of the field. And a little words of encouragement.
Well, that's the thing. I was going to say you're spreading a little bit of positivity into the world, which is a good thing. You know, you're showing that people are still moving forward in their careers.
And that things, especially a lot of times people can get into the mindset of, oh, well, they just got lucky and it happened automatically. But even people who have made it big they started out somewhere and they weren't always...
Right.
Like it took work and time to get to where they are today.
And then also, here's the thing, you know, I mean, each podcast you do, you get a little bit better. You know, you get a little more comfortable. You get, you know, you learn as you do. That's anything. That's from sports to acting to whatever. You get better as you go because you learn from the little mistakes that you do make. Then I'm not going to do that again.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, okay. You know, you learn how many times you pause or say, or, you know, different, you know, methods of communicating quicker.
One thing that I always tell each and every one of my guests before we start our interview together is, I always tell them it's nothing formal, don't have to feel any pressure.
Just be interesting.
Or,
just kidding.
No, it's very, very conversational. It's not like we're in a business meeting and we're here to talk exclusively about business and keep it very professional. It's like, it's very relaxed and very, like no need to be intimidated kind of thing.
Is he licking himself? Sorry. I should have been watching that. No, he's got a bunch of...
Fantastic.
What the hell's that mean?
No, thank you.
That's weird. I don't know. See all these new little bells and whistles.
Well, you know, nowadays with a lot of audiences, it's like you gotta jingle the keys, and keep people's attention.
Oh, so. Is that what it is?
Well, it's just like
if you don't move enough.
If you want to add flashy effects.
Oh, I got it.
Because lives, people don't want to just watch people talk. They want to see fireworks go off and see emoticons fly everywhere.
I did see that Facebook is changing, you know, some things like you got to get rid of your lives or they'll disappear. And they're getting rid of certain things. That's what I'm saying. Go to YouTube, Lisa DCT, because a lot of these...
YouTube's a good archive for a lot of things.
Absolutely. You know, I've been downloading, you know, it's a slow process. Don't you find that?
It's a little bit, yeah.
You know? So, yeah. And we both got our hair cut this week, so we're looking gorgeous. He's got hair, I do not.
Perfect for the Memorial Day parade tomorrow.
Yeah, I know, I can't wait.
Not intentionally
Everybody's
timed.
all bummed at the fact that, you know, it's cloudy out. I like it. I've still been walking and what have you. I'd rather like the rain.
As long as it's not raining.
Spencer got me I got a vest, a weighted vest, and I got a rain jacket for Mother's Day
swag,
which was awesome because I'm into the health. You know, here again, I'm trying to stick around a little bit longer till Nike gets a hold of me or something happens, or I get a bunch of people to go to Lisa DCT and hit the like on YouTube. Because. You know, I'm trying to stick around, so I'm trying to get into the health spiritually and, you know, listening to different motivation. I did start Let Them, the book with Mel Robbins.
Yes, how is that?
Let them. Just let them. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Let them.
Well,
that's what, you know, that's the synopsis of it.
Whole point.
I need to talk to her. Now reach out to me. Let me.
I've also reached out to Mel Robbins in the past. I'd love to talk to her at some point.
I've talked to her. I mean,
she also has her own podcast. And she's talked to a multitude of people.
Her podcast, I really like. I like a lot of different podcasts. I listen to a lot. You know that.
Yeah.
And I have such a range of different people that, like I said, a lot of them are faith-based, and people would never think that, you know, of me. But yeah, I'm very spiritual. Always have been, but the closer I get to the urn, I'm even more, I think, you know? And, you know, and the empathic people, I kind of like that. But anywho, let's get off the dying part. What are you looking forward to creating coming up? You said a beach towel is going to be coming up for the holiday.
Well, for the summertime as a whole.
Yeah. What do you got for? Oh, your comic strip. That's been done. We're waiting on one person in order to plop it on, and he's dragging his keister, and we can't head in the the positive direction that we want to. But he does have the comic strip extraordinary.
I did.
That's done.
I got that done earlier this month.
Yeah, that was done early. And what else besides
more will be coming after
beach
that.
towel? Oh, if you're going to parade tomorrow, the dog will be in the kids' tea.
Little.
You should hold it up.
All of these are, and which are available for sale. So if you have a kid that loves dinosaurs with the color green, you can go grab them right now.
Yeah, get the
the wrinkle.
Yeah, the wrinkle out. That drives me nuts. Iron. No, just kidding. Yeah, the dog will be wearing that tomorrow in the parade. We going cone or no cone?
No cone.
Yeah.
No cone. Just to make life a little easier.
Oh my God! Whenever he slipped out of it.
Yeah, it was
a bunch of times.
Today was the third time.
You got the kids tee, which I love. You got the kids hoodie, of course.
Coffee mugs.
Hey, this is good weather for a hoodie.
Yeah, it is good hoodie
Go
weather.
to his Etsy page.
Etsy.com/shop/Terrific Threads.
You have whatchamacallit. Here comes summer birthdays.
Bookmarks. Good for summer reading.
Yeah.
I have a thing to say about the summer reading, which we'll get to in a moment, and a lot of a plethora of other things that are you can find on my Etsy page, and all of these you can find. They are using the code. You can get 20% off every purchase. So, let's say you get something for yourself, you get 20% off, or if you give a gift to someone, they'll get 20% off, and it's the gift that keeps on giving. You will get 20% off with every single purchase that you make. So, all the more reason, go check it out.
Purchase up.
Add some green to your wardrobe.
Oh my God, they're so cute, and they're so cute on kids, and they're even cuter on the dog. Got a dog? Don't have kids? You got fur pets? Fur babies? Go right ahead. We put it on him. He's cute as can be. And you have, of course, your dress socks, which you can wear. It doesn't have to be. These you can get, kids to adults?
Well, these are one size.
But they're stretchy.
They're definitely for adult feet. Super stretchy. Which also I had featured in the recent photo shoot. You can spot them in one of the pictures.
He's quick.
Don't be fresh.
Quick. I like that other hat. You gonna do that hat that we were talking about? That white one?
Which one?
The
umbrella hat?
No, it looks like, yeah. Well, no.
The bucket hat?
Yeah, I like that. Do a bucket hat. I would wear the bucket hat. 100%. I'd buy a bucket hat. I don't know what imagery you would use. How about greeting cards? You already have a birthday. Does anybody do cards anymore? Does anybody do invitations to birthday parties, or do they just do it online? That's the other thing. You don't want to waste who wants to waste their time? You know what I mean? I mean, if you do...
If you go to a party and you can give someone a birthday card.
Yeah. Like, for sure. That's the other thing. When he got his... Let me show you something real quick. He got his little operation a week ago. And they put his IV in his arm. And I don't know if you could see it, but it looks like a chicken bone. Like somebody took a bite out of a chicken bone. Yeah, he's good. So, lots of things going on. But, sorry.
Very busy over in this corner of the world. In this neck of the woods.
Remember when he was just a tiny little thing?
Yeah,
Whenever
I
they
look
came
back
out,
I look back in those videos and I'm like, wow,
and
I think
he's
that was
like,
only like 3 months ago.
They're like,
4 months ago.
He's like 20 pounds. I was like, what?
Yeah, already 20 pounds.
Huh.
Come here, you.
Oh my God.
When you were only like 7 pounds.
I know. So we just wanted to check in. Say hi to everybody.
Just a quick little hello to Facebook. Yeah. We haven't forgotten about you over here.
See how your month's been going. It's been going.
Reese wanted to check
in
too.
For an old gal, it's going good. Grays are coming in. Shout out to Andrea, who does my hair and your hair and Grammy's hair.
And shout out to Carissa Van Tassel again for the photos.
Carissa.
For myself and my mom.
Yeah.
They came out amazing. First time experience for both of us.
That was different. I got
It was a great experience.
Yeah, that was like, I never, like I said, I never got those glam pictures in the 80s. I was like, wow. Some of them I was like, can you go back about 30, 40 yards and take the shot? That would be nice. Oh yeah, I look perfect now. Anywho, still trying to, today I dropped something. I listen to I do a lot of red light therapy in the morning. So, I listened to all the oldies. How could you not, So I was listening to Styx. And, certain things you just can't find. It's like, you can't find a lot of girl things, like on Snapchat that I could do.
You mean like girl things as in female singers and
Yeah,
bands?
like female singers. Plus a lot of this.
We need some babs.
But a lot of the groups back in the day that I would listen to, besides like Fleetwood Mac, would be like, Chicago or Styx, Peter Frampton, Journey, all guy bands. And so it's like you got to get a guy, and then I get this guy like today. You have to check it out. I put it in stories, but people must go like, why is she always doing a guy? But that's the reason why. I like the song, but I can't, But but today I'm like, come sail away, right? So I find a Captain one. I'm like, oh God, And then I put the beard on. It has it on it. It all comes together, and I'm like, God, I look just like my brother. It's unbelievable. Not a day goes by that I don't think of him. And then when you see that, you go. Even my mother was like, well, doesn't fall far from the tree. You put the two of you together, and I'm like, geez, that's almost scary. How much, if he was alive, how things would be different. But what are we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? This is what happens in the journey of life.
Train keeps chugging forward.
Yeah, it sure does. And sometimes it really sucks. Grief's a biatch, and it'll hit you at any time. You know what I'm saying? Anything else you want to add to the birthday party before we leave?
The birthday.
Anything else? I'm just kidding. Anything else that you're thinking about?
Well, just again, as mentioned before, the first 10 comic strip is officially done. More will be coming soon, but I can't share it just because it's still technically not totally NDA, but just gotta wait until some specifics are taken care of on the back end. Then I can officially launch it and share it with all of you.
Reese, I think he's pornographic. This dog wants to show his junk. Stop.
His battle scars.
Yeah. Come look at my scars. Anywho, didn't mean to interrupt, but go ahead.
So for the first 10 comic strip will be coming soon.
All right, chill out. Tell him so we can get him downstairs. Tell him your stuff. I talked enough.
You can check out my YouTube channels, Spent So Long VA. You can see all of my episodes of Are You Sorious? Episodes that are currently posted over there. Again, more are coming soon. I just got to edit them in the midst of other things that I'm juggling, i.e. this little rascal right here.
You've done a great job. It's a lot. You've done a great
Thanks,
job.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, because
first time parenting is tough.
It's very hard.
First time parenting
because they're very
tough.
needy, and to try to get something done.
Velcro baby.
Very much so,
Velcro
especially
baby.
to Spencer. My good God, this dog. Not a huge fan of the car wash.
No. Not even the lights could entertain him.
No, he was. That's the other thing. The little swirly
everything.
Things, I don't know. We used to call them pollywags or wogs or whatever the hell they were, right? This dog has consumed, I don't know.
More leaves and more.
And don't you dare go near his mouth.
No.
He can eat it.
I made that mistake a couple of times,
it's like,
trying to prevent him from choking.
Oh, hell to
I came back and I'm like, nearly lost that finger.
Yeah, I'm like, nope, ain't going near it.
So I've gotten to the point where I'm like, I learned my
you take
lesson.
a chunk out of that. Look at that.
That was a fatal mistake.
Now he doesn't have to wipe. It's a straight push.
Yes. Go check out my YouTube page, Spencer Long VA.
YouTube.
Are You Sorious episodes are currently posted over there. I might be bringing it to other platforms. I've been reaching out to places like Spotify and iHeartRadio in hopes to be able to bring it to other platforms, just in case, because I know not everyone goes on YouTube.
We got to branch out.
It's a little cumbersome to always go on YouTube and watch it, but YouTube you can watch all episodes now and upcoming episodes too. I'm always on the lookout for other guests, so if you know someone or you are someone that is interested, just feel free to send me a direct message.
Or has a really great story of stuff that they've been through, because everybody has a journey, everybody has a story,
in their
right?
life.
Reach out to Spencer. He'll talk to you. You had that story about that kitty cat that passed away.
I did.
And that was an unbelievable episode.
That was a special episode.
You know what I mean?
Me.
Yeah, I mean.
I still stay in contact with the owners, Mandy and Phil.
Yeah, that's nice. No, that's what I'm saying.
You
have a good story.
They have
Come on, don't be shy.
They have Charlie Bear, and they have a new little kitten, Mike TV.
Oh,
from Willy Wonka.
See, so that's awesome.
So,
that's great. I'm glad, because that was
a special episode,
and that was a sad time.
I learned a lot from that too, especially a lot of.
You wearing this tomorrow?
If you're an animal person,
yeah.
Then you might be interested to check out that episode, just because Mandy and Phil, who they are more, they're much more knowledgeable about everything about animal health than I am. Mm-hmm. They're still learning too, but they definitely know a lot more than I do, because they rescue cats with cerebral hyperplasia and other disabilities.
That's
and
nice.
Just it was that episode really taught me personally, and will, I'm sure, teach a lot of people who aren't aware. Just like there's still so much that we don't know as humans about animal and pet health.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how is that possible? We've had families have had pets for years, but just no one's looked into it. No one's really found out a reason as to why and how these things happen and develop in animals.
They don't know.
But it was just strange, and it was kind of upsetting, because it's like so many pets that are have that or develop that.
I think the foods that we feed, look at the crap we eat. And the food that pets.
Processed.
Yeah, our pets lived a lot longer back in the day. I mean, you could at least get a dog to 15 was not uncommon. Now with all these specialty, animals that,
special crossbreeding and
oh my
the
God,
they're just to make sure it's absolutely exactly how I wanted it.
It's freaking high maintenance. This dog,
it's a dog, not a Build-A-Bear.
It's dog. But speaking of aging, there's two things.
Yes.
The Billy Joel has canceled all his concerts because he's got hydrocephalus, and he's taking care of that, and he can't do that. See, we're getting older. This shit isn't easy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Graces.
All the I just saw Joan Jett. Love her. If I could find something that I could be singing her songs, I'd be doing it.
Smack some sense into my younger self. I want to grow up and be an adult. No, you don't. You should be a kid and enjoy it for a little while longer.
It's freaking painful, and mirrors make it even worse. It's not easy to get older. I'll tell you that. But who else was there? Was some? Oh, and then I was just showing you, because you've been to Vegas when you were a baby. You went, and then
we went in 2019.
Yeah, when we went in 2019, they didn't have the Sphere.
Coco. Not to interject there. But
oh, I know, she had a hard time with us going away. Well, he would too.
No, I know.
That's what I'm saying.
Attached at the hip.
If you travel, to travel with him. But the Sphere. I was watching the Kenny Chesney concert. I could give or take him. I do like some of his songs, but
it was more so the graphics.
The graphics, yeah, it was,
and the technology of the Sphere itself.
I think I could take anything.
Super advanced and pretty neat that they're able to do that. But between that and the previous stuff I've seen of videos in the Sphere, it's like so overstimulating.
Oh my
God! Even for someone like me who works with technology, and
it would make me
play
nauseous.
Video games, played them for a lot of my life. But even that to me is like, okay, I'm a little too much going on all around me right now, and I think it's a little overstimulating.
It was, and then
motion sickness.
And then of course I'm always busy, but what got me through this month, social media wise, because I try to stay away from all the garbage.
Look for the positive in the darkest
is
times.
that kid sailing with Phoenix?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so now this kid,
God bless that guy.
Right? I don't. If you haven't heard, everybody's heard actually at this point. of this kid.
I'm sure they have a lot of
I say
people
kid. I don't even know how old he is.
He'll
be in Hawaii tomorrow. He sailed by himself with his cat. His cat's name's Phoenix. He named his boat after his cat, so that's Phoenix. He's on a sailboat. He's sailing from Oregon to Hawaii.
He's almost there, apparently.
Yeah, tomorrow morning he will be there. He he was working somewhere at, a job for a long time. He got told that he had this degenerative issue with his back and neck, where he could go paralyzed sometime in his life. And he said, I'm liquidating my 401k. I'm buying a sailboat. Knew nothing about sailing, nothing, which I find amazing.
Well, beforehand. Now he read up on it.
And he was all set.
He hit the water.
But I mean, holy crap! He can do all of the repairs and everything. So he's caught some flying fish. I personally have seen flying fish as well, which is kind of a cool experience. I'm like, why are those birds? Flying. I was on a cruise ship, and they're like, they're like, fish. No, that's flying fish. So they fly, obviously on the deck of his sailboat, and he's got like a squid. And if you saw, now there's another kid out there, there's a group of 3 that are sailing from Hawaii over to San Diego. And if you saw these waves, kind of like the sphere,
yeah,
holy crap.
I have. I've seen them because you've shown them to me.
Yeah, I it's a little different. If you go on a cruise ship, even then you feel...
Sometimes we go underwater, sir.
Oh, my
that
God.
window is entirely submerged.
They're trying to cook dinner and freaking... Oh, my God. Unbelievable.
I would have thrown up.
And so he'll be in Hawaii tomorrow, and the first thing he wants to do is get a hula girl tattoo. He says, I'm very antisocial. He learned about, everything, not only, the boat and everything, but how to do social media. So now he has a shirt, very smart. He's got like over 1 million followers.
Yeah.
Right? He had the balls to quit his job, take the money, because he knew at some point the possibility of him being paralyzed would happen. Mm-hmm. And here I've been cheering this kid on all the way from Oregon. Tomorrow morning he will, which is what I'm saying is, you got to go for your dreams. You just got to go for it.
Take that lead.
And I've leapt so many times, it's not even funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just the matter, like I said, there's very limited time left on the clock, and I want the damn ball to shoot. You know what I mean? And see what happens. You're just beginning, but you need the progress forward. That's what we need in order to get the progress going forward. If you're watching this at some point, do us a solid. Go to my YouTube, because we don't know what's going to get banned or kicked or whatever. Just please, I'm begging, go to my YouTube page, Lisa DCT, and hit subscribe. Everything I've ever done is on the thing. Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm still downloading from like TikTok and what have you. But I would so immensely appreciate it, just so I can promote my business going forward. And I'm going to have, I'm trying to get a hold of Nike still. I haven't given up on them. I've created this shirt. You guys have seen the photo shoot I did, hopefully. And I'm now creating my own shirt. See, I can't sell this shirt. It's got Nike, they own the rights to it. But now I have my own shirt coming up and coming out. And I hope you take a look at it, because it's about women empowerment. We don't want to go backwards. And, we only want to go forward. But Lisa DCT YouTube, please hit the subscribe. I would appreciate it so much. And how about you? Your YouTube. One more time.
Spencer Long, VA, voice actor.
Yeah. There you go. He's been busy. I've been busy. And, so that was my story about why I did come sail away and as a captain.
And you can,
my salute to my brother.
You can also buy merch in support for the studio, Tyrannosaurus Studios, over on Etsy.com/shop/TanksTerrific Threads. That's TANKS TRIFFICTHREADS. Tank's Terrific Threads.
Like it. And look for us tomorrow on the Memorial Day Parade.
Hope to see you there.
We'll be there.
Give us a wave.
Yeah, please
smile.
shout out, because I don't see shit usually when I'm driving. So you gotta really like yell. And I'll be driving. He'll be waving. He'll be with the dog, without the comb, right?
Without the comb.
But with the T-shirt. He'll have the T-shirt on. He'll have this T-shirt on tomorrow. Okay? And the beach towel's coming up next. I can't wait. Okay? Tank loves me. Okay? So he'll be wearing that. You can pick up your own for any little kid coming up this summer. He's got hats. He's got hoodies. Freaking Connecticut's like somebody with menopause can't figure out what temperature it wants to be at, but I'm kind of okay with the coolness. We already went with humid. So go to our YouTube and sorry we're late, but you know, snip for the poor puppy.
Yeah,
he's doing good.
He's been recovering. We've been on high surveillance of little mister.
He's been doing
He's
good.
doing great.
And look out for my shirt. Go to his stuff, buy a kid a shirt.
And take a picture of yourself wearing it too.
Yeah, and
We'd
send it
love to
over.
share it with everyone.
We don't want all of our stuff in the advertising. We don't want to hog the toboggan. Take a picture, send it over. We'll use it, you know. And next, hopefully, knock on wood, next month will be third Friday. Go back to the third Friday, and we'll chit chat with you then. But if you see us in the Memorial Day Parade tomorrow, not only shout and wave, but take a picture and send it to me, because I can't take a picture like
over
that.
in North Haven. That starts at 10:30 tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
hope to
see you around town.
Look for us. All right? And it was good to see you. You take care of yourself and your mental health.
Stay wonderful, Facebook.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.